All right, let's take a quick tour of Albion for newer players. So let's start with this blue ball here at the entrance when you walk in. It's basically a place where you can go to your map and change the difficulty of the map, so normal and hard. Hard might be locked at first, but if you finish the main story, it's going to unlock hard. And you could basically fast travel to anywhere you want using this blue sphere. Now when we go in closer to Albion, on the left side here there's your mail, and when you come in here you can check basically some things that maybe the developers sent you as a thank you for something that might have happened, or some of the dropped items that you didn't pick up during a mission are gonna come here, so you could pick that up. And moving forward here to the red ball on the side here, this is your infiltration operation. So these are like missions. You could choose to make a normal or hard difficulty mission, and you could go choose whichever mission you want here. These are kind of longer missions than you would expect on a map, and they have all these different loot rewards that you get for completing it. And you can decide if you want to go in private or public, so you can solo it or in a team. So here you can come and just choose missions and check out the rewards and see if you want to do them. Now the yellow sphere is where you have special operations. These are missions that have waves, and as you're completing waves you're getting rewards, and you could choose to continue or drop out if the waves are getting too hard to handle, or if the team that you were assigned with is not doing as well. So here you can see rewards by area of the phases or the waves that you're getting. So once you've completed a wave, you're gonna get one of the rewards, and if you want to continue you could just click on continue, or you could abort and leave. If you find yourself in a good team, it's always good to continue. This is what it looks like after a wave, so you can click on continue, meaning that I'm going to go to the next wave and potentially get one of those three. Or if I already got what I needed, you could just abort and leave. So those are special operations. They're really good to level up, as well as there's a bunch of enemies. Now if you continue to the left here, this is the prime hands, and here's where you basically increase your mastery. So this is like the level of your account, not the actual descendant or character that you're using. It's your whole account. So if you look up here, my character is level 38, but underneath it it's mastery 12, so that's the mastery of your account. Now on the left side of Albion's entrance is your storage. So here you can come and store guns and stuff that you're probably gonna want to use maybe with different descendants, or if they rolled really well you want to keep them to further upgrade later on. Now at the entrance here, Seneca, he's gonna give you boss fights, intercept battles, normal or hard. So this is what it looks like here. These are all the normal bosses that you can come and fight and farm, and to get loot you're gonna have to find these materials while doing missions, and once you have them you could come here, try to defeat the boss and open the material, open basically the loot box, and get something inside of that material, and it tells you like the percentage of getting each one of those, and you only get to choose one of those when you open the loot box. So let's move on to the right side of Albion. This is basically the main quest giver, so eventually you're gonna run out of quests. He's not gonna be giving you any more quests to complete. And if we keep going right here, there's a person here that sells guns. I'm not sure why he's here yet. I think they need to patch him or fix him or whatever, because you can basically sell guns to him, but he also sells things, and they're all like level 1, which is pretty crappy, and it's blue. It's not even like purple or yellow or anything, so I don't know if anybody's even using this character. If you do use this salesman to like buy stuff, let me know in the comments why would you buy one of these guns, or anything that this guy's selling. It's pretty crappy. So for now, ignore him. I think they're gonna fix him, they're gonna patch him. He's gonna be like maybe a legendary vendor who's gonna be selling legendary stuff eventually. and that's probably going to change every hour or something like that. Actually, I'm going to buy a gun here. I just want to see if it comes in my level when I buy it, or if it's just random what you get, or do you literally just get a blue gun? No, so you get a blue gun that's level 1. Kind of useless. Yeah, so don't buy anything from him yet. Wait till they patch him, and there has to be a reason. If you guys know in the comments, let me know. Anyways, on the right side here, there's your crafting table. This is where you come to upgrade your guns or change some stats on them. So for example, this is a different dream gun that I like to use. And right now I can't really upgrade it or change level transition. It's a level 85 gun. If I wanted to make it a level of 100, I would have to destroy a level 100 gun, and that would become level 100. Now you could even come and change the 4 different abilities that were rolled on your gun. So if there's 1 or 2 that you don't like here on a gun, but you do like the gun, you can come and change the abilities. So you could lock the ones that you do like. And the thing is that the more you lock, the more expensive it's going to cost you in this fine adjustment material. So right now I can't because I don't have enough, but if I wanted to, with 2 materials, I can re-roll all those 3 things and just keep the blue one locked in. So these are all the different abilities that you can re-roll onto your guns. And let's see, if you lock 3 because you just want to change this thing, it costs you 20 of these materials to do that. And buying 20 isn't that bad. It's not that expensive in gold. The only problem is that it takes a long time to research, so that's kind of annoying. You can enhance a unique ability of a gun. So basically the ultimate guns, the yellow guns, they all have these unique abilities that they're not really written on the actual gun itself. To see the unique ability, what you have to do is go into your inventory and then press details button when you're on your gun. And this is going to give you all the stats of your gun, basically even how much damage you lose after like 50 meters, the range of the gun. It's really useful information. There's also a history of your gun, like the story. But the unique ability here is what's interesting on these special ultimate guns. They basically have special unique abilities. So for this one, basically Fallen Hope is mostly about poison. As you can see, it's all like poison damage. Doing damage to poisoned enemies will trigger explosions. And these numbers, you can basically increase them if you have the same gun twice. So if I get another Fallen Hope, I could merge it into this one and increase the numbers of this unique special ability on it. I already did it 3 times out of 4, so you can see up here it's written 3 behind my logo and 3 little yellow lines. Once I do it 1 more time, it's going to be maxed out. And the reason I'm using Fallen Hope is because my Descendant, Freyna, is basically poison. She does a lot of toxic stuff, so basically Fallen Hope is a good gun. With Freyna, she also like summons her own toxic gun that poisons enemies. And if you're fighting a boss and you're putting a lot of poison on him and then you use Fallen Hope on it, it does quite a bit of damage. And I'll show you how to test your guns later on in Albion. There's a room that you can go to and test your skills, your abilities, your guns and everything like that. And she has a passive skill as well that's really good with poison and toxic, so that's why I'm using Fallen Hope. If we continue down the right path of Albion, there's going to be Aeneas, and she's your researcher. She's the one that basically you're farming for all the different parts so that you can create a gun. So for example, I'm going to create my Fallen Hope here. Since I got all the materials I need, I'm going to research it, and now that I have it, I can go back to the craft table and I'm gonna finally level up with my level 1 Fallen Hope. It rolled some pretty bad special abilities, so I don't care about it. So let's merge it into the Fallen Hope that I am using by doing an enhance ability. I'm going to use the Fallen Hope that I'm using as the one that I want to upgrade. See, there's 3 yellow dots there. I want it at the 4th one. This is the one I want to use to upgrade it, so I'm going to click on that. And now it's going to turn it to full 4 yellow lines, so maxed out. And as you can see here, it's upgrading like the trigger rate. It's going to be 40%. The radius of the damage is going to go up to 6 meters. It's going to do 75% more damage. So this is how you upgrade the special ability of your unique, basically ultimate weapon. Even the hip fire accuracy penalty is reduced. So I'm going to do that, and now it's maxed out and it's all orange over here, meaning that it's maxed out and I can't basically melt a new Fallen Hope into it anymore. I did it 4 times and it basically gave me 10 season levels doing that. So got a nice little tip there for you if you were still watching this video. Next up, I'm going to go to Aeneas just to show you that material that I was talking about to change the different abilities on your gun. And you can buy them right here. You can buy like 20 of them, and it's 2,000 of that special material plus 300,000 gold to get 20 of those things. And there's a bunch of other materials here that you can come and buy and stuff. So it's 10 minutes or 10 hours. I think it's 10 hours to do 20 of them. It's gonna be a while, so kind of sucks that they do this in games, but whatever. Just buy it, wait a day for some reason, and yeah, then come back and get it, and then you could upgrade your guns. For some reason they make you wait for it, but these are the 4 different materials that you need for Descendants. And when you go to Descendant material, they're going to show you what you need to build those materials. So you're building something 3 or 4 times before you actually get the actual Descendant or weapon that you want. So if I want Glay, for example, I can click on this material, and I'm missing a few of these and one of these. So to find out where to get this one, just press the acquisition info button. For me it's square because I'm on PlayStation, and it's going to tell you where to go get this. So you kind of have a map of where you're going to be going to get the different things that you need to farm. So for example, this one is a material, so a loot box that you're going to have to open and hopefully get a chance of getting glaze material. So it's a lot of loot box opening and collecting and farming. This whole game that's what it is. It's a lot of farming, and if you're not into farming, don't even bother playing this game until they patch that, make the drop rates better or something. But yeah, so once you click on one of those, it's going to tell you where on the map to go. So this mission here, if I hover over it, it's going to tell me what's available at that mission in terms of materials or what I can get as loot. So for example, I need like about 50 of these things. So if I click on it, acquisition information, it's going to tell me that the mission monsters can drop these. So any of these missions, I could just do them and just kill a bunch of monsters that are coming out of this void fusion reactor, and they're supposed to drop it. It's not going to say in the list here of materials that it's going to drop. There's nothing there that says that it's going to drop it, because that's only if you complete this mission. To get that material, it's the enemies in this mission that are dropping it. So for this one example, it's a electronic void. It's not going to show me what the enemies are dropping. It's just going to show me what I'm going to get if I finish it. Let's see if there's another one here. This one's use any skill to open it, and once you do, it's going to be a bunch of enemies that are going to come. They're going to drop that material, but yeah, finishing the mission is not going to give you that material. So this is how you craft your weapons and your Descendants. You basically come here, look for what you're missing, press square so that it tells you exactly where that missing material is going to be. Some of these you can't until you get to mastery rank 15, And to increase your mastery rank, you basically want to level up all the different types of guns, different types of descendants that you might have. As you're leveling up those guys, then your mastery level also levels up. Now we're gonna go talk to the last guy here, Cillion, and he's all about your modules. So dismantling, combining, enhancing, and all that stuff. So after farming for a while, you're gonna get a lot of modules that are gonna drop and pick up. Combine I've never really used. I used it once or twice and it was useless, so I don't really combine anymore. But what I do use a lot of is destroy or dismantle the modules to get the materials from them, especially if I have duplicates. Now in the tier list, what I like to do is go to rare, because I don't want to dismantle the yellows or the reds, but the purples I don't mind. So I'm going to select duplicate modules. It's going to automatically select 74 of them because they're all duplicates, and I don't really need the duplicates. And if I smash it, I'm going to get 66,600 pure shards, which is basically what you need to upgrade modules. So I'm going to dismantle my duplicates, and here you can see I got my shards. Now I have 340,000. So with that, I can go and upgrade my mods. But for now, I'm going to show you even in the normal tiers. Look how many dual claws I have up here. So these are all duplicates. I don't need them. So select all duplicates. It's automatically going to do it, and it's not going to do it for the yellow or the reds. It's only going to do it for the tier that you're in. So make sure that you're in the tier that you want to dismantle, the blues and the purples basically. Keep the yellows and reds just in case. And yeah, so now I'm going to show you how to enhance the modules. So the ones that you have on your Descendant or weapons, these are basically abilities that you added to your guns or to your Descendant, and they have a maximum capacity of 50. Here I have 37 of 46, so I can upgrade this mod, for example, and that's what I'm going to do just to show you. And now it's 39 of 46, and you can see the yellow dots on the side show you how many levels it was upgraded. So if I go into my inventory here, I could show you some of the modules on my guns. So for example, my Fallen Hope here has only these things on, and it's basically maxed out 50 of 50, and it's a lot of toxic and critical hit and critical damage. So I'm trying to do a lot of critical and poison and toxic. So these are the mods that I put on my gun. Now there's a logo here, like a little M, which means that if I put an M card there or an M mod, it's going to cost half as much. So this one usually would cost 13. You can see the number on top. When I put it on, it's a 7. So this is a R mod, and over there, once I put it, it's half because that slot area had the R logo. So basically, if you have something that's very expensive or takes a lot of mod capacity, you want to basically change your mod slots to the logo of that card. So for example, if I want to put this, I need an R logo in one of the slots so that it costs half as much when I equip it into the gun. So right now I don't have this gun fully maxed out with a bunch of logos in the slots here, but as you're progressing through the game, you can assign module sockets, and this is where you get to put the logo into your socket so that the cards that you put there cost half price, half capacity. So if I want to put, let's say, this logo here, it would cost me one of those crystallizations, but I have to be level 40. So the gun has to be level 40 to do this. And once you do this, it goes back to level 0. So you have to level up your gun again so that you can add another logo to the slot so that the card that goes there costs half. I'm going to show you with my Descendant. I did this I think once or twice already, but she's only level 38, so I need to get to level 40 to do it, so I can't do it yet. I really want to turn this C over here that's 16 to an 8, so I need to put the C logo right over here. Let me see if assign module sockets. So right underneath the other C there, I want to put this one here, and I can't because she's not level 40 yet. I gotta level her up all the way to level 40 first. And with the magic of editing, I have leveled her up to level 40. So now I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So go to assign, I put a C there, but now I want another C. So there, I want the C. And now, as you can see, the C logo's there. So now all of my C's are costing 6 instead of 12, which frees up more module capacity for me to put another mod into my Descendant. So that's how you really level up a Descendant, is by changing and upgrading your cards here, your mods, and putting the logos behind the mods that match that mod so that it costs half, and then you could put even more mods onto your Descendant. So let's go back in my Descendant here. I want to see the modules. I'm at level 1 right now because I basically put a new logo behind one of the mods, which brings me back to level 1. And what I want to do is put some tech skill ability, because her abilities are tech. So if you see a card or a mod that increases tech power, it's basically going to be written here on the abilities of your character. And for example, this ability is a dimension. So if I have a card or a mod that says plus power to dimension, then that would work. But right now I use a lot of this tech, toxic tech ability, so that's why I put this tech specialist card, because both of her abilities that I use often are tech. So you could even see that here, tech power increased by 57%. So that's gonna increase the ability of Venom Trauma. So you can upgrade your cards to a max of your module capacity and even past it, but don't, because if you do, it's gonna come off your Descendant or off your gun. So make sure not to over level up your mods. Now Sienna, she's gonna open the door for you to go test your Descendant and your guns and whatever you want in the laboratory. So once you're here, there's going to be some enemies that are going to spawn in the middle, and you could do whatever you want to them to check damage and weapon damage, or combos or skills or whatever. You could choose which type of enemy, what level they're going to be. So let's say I don't know, it's level 90. Let's try some level 90s, and you can also choose the pattern or how many that spawn. So I'm just going to go to 9, and they're going to spawn here. And you could put them invincibility on so that they don't die. So you can actually see before they die a bunch of the numbers of your guns and your crits and all your damage stats. So you can check, that's my poison, that's how much damage my poison is doing to all of them, but they're not gonna die. So it's just to give you the numbers exactly of what's happening, how much damage my Fallen Hope is doing while the enemy's poisoned. So I could come here and test. Let's see if I put some poison on the floor here. The radius is not that big, so I might want to increase skill radius with a mod or something. So there's all these things. So you could even remove invulnerability to see how fast you can kill with the poison and the hope. So these are level 90s. Obviously I'm not doing that much damage because I'm not Bunny, because Bunny apparently is OP. She would just go in there, electrocute everybody, and they'd like one-shot everything. And if you don't believe me, you'll see eventually you'll have a bunny in your team that's just running around killing everything, one-hitting everything, all the bosses, all the balls on top of the bosses. Everything's just getting destroyed by bunny instantly. Yeah, so she's OP. I don't care what anybody says. But right now I'm just trying to level up Freyna. It's a long struggle, it's a long grind, but it's a boring grind, to be honest. But you know, I do a few hours a night before I go to bed. And yeah, I think we did the tour of Albion. Hopefully Freyna's gonna be awesome with the Poison of Fallen Hope combo. So eventually I'll put a build video on Freyna and Fallen Hope, show you exactly what I did with her and her poison and her abilities. But again guys, if this video helped you, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.